In the energy industry, like in life in general, everything starts with money and ends with money. We'll be talking in the next minute about renewable energy and especially about battery energy storage solutions with a representative of Renewable Energy Insurance Broker, Delyan Iliev. Welcome to Energynomics Talks. Hi, Delyan. Welcome to Energynomics. Thank you for taking the time. Very nice to see you in person.
Hi, Gabriel. Thank you for inviting me.
How are you? First time in Romania?
Oh, no. First time was November 2012, when was one of the first, maybe, renewable energy conferences in Romania. That was my first time here. Yeah.
Congrats, and thank you for all the work you've done in this time.
We did a lot, and hopefully we'll do much more in the coming
We had the
years.
chance to discuss a couple of times during the next 6 months, 9 months, I suppose, but I don't think that your company is as widely known in Romania as it deserves. So tell us a few words about REIB and about your specific role within the company.
Yeah, so as you said, I'm Delyan Iliev, Managing Director of Renewable Energy Insurance Broker. And we started 2011, when at that time was the boom, the solar boom in Bulgaria. You know, everything was because of our really nice feed-in tariffs, which were provided at that time from the government, which I may say that they're pretty much still active. And just an example, 250 euros per megawatt hour. That's the electricity price. So you can imagine what was the the demand and of investments in Bulgaria. But nevertheless, that was ended in the middle of 2012. And of course, the next hot market became Romania. 2013, 2014, as I just said, that's why in November 2012 was my first visit here. Because one of our clients from Bulgaria, they moved to Romania. At that time, most of our customers were foreign investment funds. And that's why from Bulgaria, they moved to Romania. And after that, other countries. And that's why currently we have insured installations on 4 continents: Asia, Europe, North and South America. Since 2017, we have an office in the United States as well, in New York. Since 2018, I think, we are also members of Solar Power Europe. We are members of the Polish Photovoltaic Association, one of the co-founders of the Bulgarian one. And very soon we'll be also members of the Polish Solar Association, which will be, as far as I understood, renamed Solar and BESS.
Okay.
So maybe that's the right time to join them. Currently, like market share, I may say that, for example, in Bulgaria, we have more than 60% market share in terms of PV, and between 80 and 90% in terms of BESS. Regarding Romania, I may say that we have something like 30% market share in terms of PV. And hopefully, we'll be one of the leading insurance brokers in terms of BESS. We have already insured, actually, the first BESS project in Romania. But when we're talking about BESS, I may say that right now, we have insured more than 6 gigawatt hours BESS so far within Europe, like Bulgaria, Romania, Germany, the UK, and Poland. I also should mention that we started with insurance of BESS in 2018, when we did it for the first time in Germany. 3 standalone BESS projects, 16 megawatt hours each of them, a joint venture between a German developer and Chinese manufacturer. So from 2018 till now, I must say that we understood what the client is looking for in terms of BESS, what is on the market on the other side as an insurance solutions. And again, nevertheless, we also invested in BESS projects, in PV as well. First PV, secondly in BESS. So our 20 megawatt hours collocated BESS are operational since last September.
In Bulgaria, I suppose?
In Bulgaria, exactly. And which means that we have 1 year operational of BESS assets as an investor. So this definitely helps us to understand where the gaps, not only in the insurance, from insurance point of view, but just in general. And of course, from insurance point of view, that's why we understood that there is a quite enough gap in the business interruption clauses.
Okay, so the company is one of the pioneers who grew with the market throughout the years, and now is in a very, very well positioned for the next step, which seems to be BESS throughout Europe. And maybe one question, I just discovered how important the insurance is, let's say 1 year ago. And part is my own fault. But another part is the lack of public conversation on this topic. There are very few public conferences where insurance is brought on the table when discussing about RES project and the BESS storage too. Why do you think this is the case?
Because always the investors put the insurance just on the last point of the whole topics. Okay. And this is not only in Romania, not only in Bulgaria, it's in general. Because we have, I may say that we have clients, even they don't touch our region, which means Western Europe or in the United States. And again, the insurance is just at the end of the whole process. And you're totally right that in all the conferences or most of the conferences which we attend, insurance is not touched at all. Yeah, it's really important. Became important.
Like a huge surprise for me how important this insurance is, especially when we are talking about bankability of the project and also in the operational side also. But one idea, I think that this all kind of change once we are talking more about BESS projects, because the banks seems not fully convinced that they are good business cases. So some support needed from other
industries. Could be helpful.
And the insurance,
yes, it is definitely one of them. I agree with you, but also it's the BESS is a new technology for insurance companies as well. I may say that we started last year conversations with some local insurance companies in Bulgaria. We continued this on the Romanian market as well to explain them what does it mean arbitrage, intraday, IMFRR, MFRR, profit share or tolling, all these sources of generating income for the BESS are pretty new for the insurance companies. They're also new for the banks, for the financing institutions. And here is the point that based on our experience as an investor, we realized that there is a gap in such conditions, and we set up special conditions for BESS projects with two of the leading insurance companies in the region, which definitely help us help also the clients and the insurance companies, because at the very beginning they realize and they know how the income is calculated and how the compensation will be calculated if there is a claim. Which, to be honest, in the current conditions of the insurance companies, it's not like this, because, as you said, they don't understand it, just like everyone in the industry.
Part of the goal of this conversation is to bring some more information on the table. Before that, please just tell us a few words about yourself and your role in the company. What is the specific objectives you have? Who are the people you are most likely inclined to meet and discuss?
So, as I said at the beginning, I'm managing director and founder of REIB. Previously, I worked for Marsh McLennan, the largest broker in the world so far, QB and AIG. So, altogether, more than 25 years on the insurance in the insurance industry. And we are 15 people in our office, where we have specialists for BESS, for PV, credit insurance. We try to diversify in a few departments in order the client wants to insure something. This is your person. If there is another topic, this is the other. Because I believe in specialize. So to be more precise in what you usually do. Because if you have to understand from everything, at the end of the day, it's nothing.
Okay, and given this general lack of understanding on average, I suppose that most of the conversations start with something rather well known. We need insurance for the assets, for the equipments, for the buildings, and then you start opening new avenues for them.
Absolutely, like some additional coverages like cargo plus delay and startup, which is also really crucial for such projects. We also support our clients during negotiations with their EPC, sub-EPC contractors.
In order
suppliers.
For them to ask the proper
exactly
things.
The insurance requirements in the contract always is really, really important to involve an insurance broker. It doesn't matter if it's going to be REIB or somebody else, but this is just as an advice to all these companies that they need to be supported by an insurance broker on an early stage to be part of the negotiations in the insurance part of from the contracts. It's really, really crucial.
What about the batteries? Do they come with another kind of challenges that might be covered with the insurances?
You said it's a new technology, and it is. And based on this, also the insurance companies are afraid of it. And that's why.
This is not the case with you, because you already know some projects for 1 year.
Yes, yes. And we did even some maintenance on our projects. Everything is under the warranty, which is great. No insurance claims so far from our investment, of course. So, as I said, new technology, the insurance company is afraid, and of course, the business interruption. That's the new, which everyone has to think about it, and especially banks, financial institutions as well.
Well, I think it's a crucial difference compared with the rest generation projects. In case of the battery, is the way of operating the batteries. How many cycles per day? How many? This kind of different approach in using the battery can reduce the lifetime or reduce the performances. How can you analyze it, put into an Excel sheet all these?
It's really tough, that's for sure. But here you need to have a reliable partner as an energy trading company. It's really important to have an experienced one who can definitely support you in all this management of the BESS. Because we as an investor, or the other companies as investors, they will invest. And we heard about many of such companies. They heard that it's profitable, let's invest. But it's not only investing. You need to know how the investment will continue to be managed to live. It's a long-term investment. So that's why energy trading company, it's really big part also from the whole process, from the whole structure.
And also to have it seems like everybody has to be at the table from the very beginning, for the investor, the developer, the
insurance broker, energy trading company, financing,
design, operator, everything.
Layouts are really
Is that
awesome.
the case for most of the projects? I don't think so.
I don't think so. Yeah. For example, for PV, it's much easier from my point of view, of course. Absolutely. You might have some PPA discussions at the very beginning, or discussions with energy trading company, but it's not so crucial. You can leave the project as it is without any PPA, and again, it could be profitable. But with the BESS, I don't think so. You also need to find the right software partner. It's really
very complicated. Everything has to
and
be there.
as you said, everyone should start from the very, very beginning as an investor and all these parties.
How does the things go when we are talking about collocation on existing solar plants or wind plants?
Collocated or standalone?
I think I asked about collocated because I think it's even more challenging, because a part of the business is already in place, some of the equipment is already in function or in operation, and you just come with the best.
Something else.
Okay.
From insurance point of view, again, it's important to know and to understand if the current insurance company who insured the PV project is also able and understand to insure the BESS. Because if you have two different insurance companies, one for PV, one for BESS, then it's going to be a mess. If there is a claim, 100% sure it's going to be a mess. So that's why again,
your existing insurance company most likely will not be qualified to discuss about BESS.
Sometimes with our PV projects, as I told you, we have two. For one of them, last year, our current at that time insurance company, they refused to insure our BESS, and we canceled the policy and issue a new one with another insurance company who is able to cover PV plus BESS. That's a real example how important is who is the insurance company of the PV.
You said that standalone batteries come with their own challenges. What would be? Again,
from as we already said a few times, it's new for insurance companies as well. We've heard such questions, how the standalone BESS project is connected, where it's connected, which is really normal. If you're in the industry, you know that it's connected to the grid. Getting the electricity from the grid and put it into the grid. That's the but the insurance companies, they need to be educated. All their risk engineers or engineering underwriters, they should learn more about it, to study about what is BESS, how it works, how generating money, because they don't produce. Here is a big fundamental gap in the conditions of all the insurance companies. They're saying that the loss of income will be compensated if there is a claim of the asset which produced something. Battery doesn't produce anything. Very well.
Okay. So there's a specific, there's a wording that should be changed in order for the cooperation to work. So,
always the devil is between the rows.
Okay. Because we are in the early stage of involving insurance at this level of complexity in BESS project, I suppose the prices are quite high. Is there any potential for the prices of insurance to decline once the education progresses?
Definitely the rates, as I told you, I'm 25 years on the insurance field already. And for the first time, I see really close or similar insurance rates from the US market, London market, and continental Europe, which is, from my point of view and from my experience, for the first time. And definitely they're much higher compared to PV, for example, like double or even more than double. But again, this is because it's new technology and everyone is afraid of thermal runaway. Coming back to your question, if there is a chance to be reduced such premiums, maybe, but we need a history. We need statistic, which means that we need more time. I'm
curious if a situation like that with related with technology itself might be here in place. There are some investors who are postponing their actual investment, waiting for better prices for batteries, for example, because the trend shows very clear.
It's already better.
On a very very steep decline of prices, and maybe they should add to this reluctance the idea that anyway the prices for insurance is quite high now, but maybe they will be lower in 2-3 years from now, or another question, specific questions. Do the contracts for insurance allow for a change of premiums throughout the cooperation, throughout the years?
Usually the insurance policy is issued and signed for 1 year. So for this 1 year, it's not possible. On the second one, if there was no claims, there were no claims during the period, maybe the insurance company can reduce. But my personal prediction is that at the end of the day, we will have claims. When I'm saying we, I mean the insurance industry in the region. And then most probably the insurance rates will increase. That's my prediction, because at the end of the day, if you have more and more claims, you're gonna have higher premiums. If there are no claims and we see that the technology is great, all the firefighting measures are enough. Sorry. Maybe we could have some reduction, but my perspective.
What do you see as the most dangerous claim, the most probable claim that might appear in relation with BESS in the near future?
First, I think we have to divide it on construction and operational phase.
Yes.
For the construction, it's really crucial the transportation of the storage and the high voltage transformers when we're talking about for utility scale projects where they need also substation during transportation, loading, unloading. Sorry, because definitely if there is a claim, this will cause a big delay. All of our clients and all the people from the industry know that leading time for a high voltage transformer is like 12, 16, 18 months. You can imagine what could be the loss. Mm-hmm. So it's really, really crucial to understand all the people in the industry that if they want to invest in BESS, they need to have such.
It is much more costly because it's at the very beginning of the project and it impacts everything, all the calculation for the future.
And again, the commissioning. When the testing is done, we already had some claim. The BESS project should be connected to a substation. Could be owned by the same owner, couldn't be from somebody else owned. Mm-hmm. And during the commissioning, it could cause damage to this substation. Can you imagine if there is another PV plant which is connected to this substation and somebody who is investing in BESS caused a problem and loss to somebody else? Mm-hmm. Where everything is fine at the end of the day with the PV project, but because of these guys who are investing in BESS cause the damage of the substation, then the PV project doesn't produce anything.
Thank you. Let's dive a little bit more into the specifics for each type of partners you might find throughout the value chain for this project, renewable or battery storage. Is there a different approach you need when you're talking with an investor, let's say, or with an EPC company or another part of such a project?
Yeah, we work with all the players in the industry, actually. We have investment funds, as I said at the very beginning, as clients. We have EPC, OEM providers, developers. Yeah, there is a different approach, but at the end of the day, we have to secure our clients' interest. And of course, also I mentioned at the very beginning that we're able to support them during the whole process, not just issue a policy, but also to be their partner in terms of negotiations for the contracts, in terms of providing some additional information to the financial institutions, or when the claims happen. Always you need to be precise and next to the client. And you are right that different parties from the whole process they have different requirements. For example, IPP companies, investors, they would like everything to be covered, same like the banks. If you're talking with EPC contractors, they'd like to have some standard coverage for the projects on which they're working on. And suppliers of manufacturers, suppliers of equipment, yeah, that's another story. They need some basic coverage, but it's part of the game, and everybody knows.
It's interesting. It seems that all the parties should come together and understand the project the same when they come to the bank, because they ask for money and they should present
Absolutely.
a coherent story with all the parties involved. But they also need to do something like this beforehand with the insurance company. Not specific approach for each party, but something that incorporates all the perspectives.
Yeah, here is important the experience of the insurance broker. It doesn't matter who it is, as I said, with banks, with financial institutions. If we know that our client should go to some of the leading banks in Romania or in Europe, we already knew their requirements, and we will prepare our client before he should go to them with all the requested insurance policies, limits, deductibles, all these, let's say, topics which are needed, the project to be bankable, and the financing institution to provide its finance.
You said at some point that the situation is quite similar in the US, Western Europe, Romania, Bulgaria. Still, the market
in the insurance,
in the insurance
for BESS.
But still, the markets are quite different in
Absolutely.
all these areas. So
Absolutely.
I suppose there is an impact from this side on the bankability and also in the insurance, because the insurance is about money and making sure that you, for example, obtain the revenues that you calculated and expected for. So what is specific for Romania or maybe for Bulgaria too in this respect? The market readiness for welcoming BESS?
Definitely for collocated BESS projects, it's ready because you have already PV plant connected, so it's easy to connect collocated BESS. Maybe the issue is with the standalone projects, BESS projects, in terms of governmental issues or connection issues, where in all of the countries is like this. Nevertheless, once the PV or the BESS is constructed, it's installed, then everywhere you should wait a certain time of period to be officially grid connected. And I may say that it's everywhere like this. We see this in whole Europe. It doesn't matter Eastern or Western Europe, everywhere.
What are a couple of lessons that you learned for operating BESS system for 1 year already?
I told you. First one is who is your energy trading company? Absolutely, it could give you a big difference in the income. I may say a big difference in the income, which is at the end of the day, if you have two same BESS projects with different energy trading companies, then you might have.
It is important to be a large company, or it should be experienced, agile, technology savvy.
Experienced with most probably the right software which they're gonna use, and of course should be bankable. Of course, at the end of the day, the bank should.
Based on your experience, how are the incumbent trading companies in the?
How? Sorry.
The incumbent, the large trading companies already in place.
In our region, yeah, there are such companies, and what we've seen so far also that companies from Scandinavia, from Baltic region, they would like to enter our markets. Mm-hmm. Even last week I had a call with a company, energy trading company from Sweden, I think. They wanted to enter the Bulgarian market and Romanian as well. and they asked me if we can support them somehow with such kind of required insurance policies for both markets. Because, in order to obtain a license, you need to provide certain policies. And also, if we can support them with some contact details.
What kind of services or a different approach might such companies from another part of Europe bring in Romania and Bulgaria that is not already here?
Software. It's
for
because at the end of the day,
the market intraday.
The managing, in order to manage the BESS, it's not manual. You don't do it manual. You need just the right bot, let's say, software, which should be implemented. And of course, you need to know the specific of each market, but that's really, really important. How are you going to use it?
Okay. We talk about the insurance premiums. Are there any particular technical elements that count more than others when calculating this premium?
Absolutely. The first point is what is the difference, the distance between the containers. When we're talking about for large scale.
Isn't that regulated already?
Depends. For example, in Bulgaria, we started so far, but when we started with our own projects, there was no legislation at all. We did it according to the manufacturer's requirements, the specification, and everything was accepted at that time from the insurance companies. But nowadays we see that even for different regions of our country, there are different requirements for such a distance. Sometimes you may find 10 meters. Sometimes you may find 3 or 6 meters. Mm-hmm. And here is the difference. If you have closer containers, you might have higher deductibles and higher premium. If you have bigger distance, then it's going to be easier for everyone.
I think also a very good engineering company for the project development might be.
We need to start the insurance brokers should start to cooperate with the design companies and the developers exactly on this early stage.
Okay, the spacing.
Spacing, yeah.
Another technical element?
Manufacturer. What kind of certificates they have. Because also it's really crucial. Some insurance companies, they even don't accept some of the manufacturers.
In Romania, there is a large wave of Chinese manufacturers presenting
everywhere it's
themselves.
like this.
Okay, and all of them say we have certificates in accordance with the EU regulations. So what are we talking about? They are all the same, in fact.
They're all the same, but based on our experience, they're not the same. I'm not going to say any names right now of the manufacturers, but there are difference in the certificates which are provided, and also it's really important. They might have a certificate for certain models, but exactly to this investor, they're providing something else, some other model, which is not listed in the certificate.
Okay.
And then it's going to be an issue.
When they come to you...
the project become uninsurable. Because already the local market, insurance market, the companies, they know about such certificates and they will request them. And if you don't provide them, then it's going to be a big issue.
Another general question before maybe discuss a little bit more on one or two specifics. Cybersecurity is a risk for everybody, and we are discussing a lot in Romania for more than 2 years now. The discussion extended now even in the grid, the TSO. The DSO is very, very important. But zero risk from cyber area is unimaginable. It is way too costly. How do you weigh the risk and how do you put some price on it?
Yes, it's a good question. Because once the BESS project is operational, it's part of the national grid of each country. Then you know how the risk exposure is increasing, definitely. And in our special conditions, I may say that with one of the insurance companies, we already have included cyber risk, which is, again, it's the new, like what was happening in September 11, 2001. Everyone started to talk at that time about terrorism cover. Now it's the same with the cyber. And need to be discovered is also, it's like a must. It's become a must maybe in the coming years, but even from right now, in most of our projects, which we insure, it's part of the coverage.
I hear many large companies, existing companies in the energy sector, asking technology providers, cybersecurity services providers about how much would cost me to be safe. And there is no specific answer, because you can invest a lot, all of your money, and still nobody can guarantee that you'll be safe.
Absolutely. And
so you still have to come to some benchmark, I don't know, a percentage of your general operating spending or something like that. I don't know exactly how do you put a price on this kind of risk.
We include it under the all risk insurance, and it's part of the whole insurance rate. And of course, I told you that we have special conditions with 2 insurance companies, and the one with cyber is a little bit more expensive. I may say that it's not a big deal right now for between both, but nevertheless, it's like 10% more. I'll give you this number.
Okay, thank you. Any claims related to cyber threats or
Not yet.
attacks? Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay,
Yeah.
keep it this.
Yeah, hopefully. Cross fingers.
Okay, let's spend another 10 minutes, let's say, with the specific concepts that you find out, you discover that they are not well understood or at all understood in the energy industry when you're talking about insuring their projects. Are there any particular concept you think that everybody involved in a REST and BESS project should know, and they do not know yet? You talked about at the beginning about AFIA, MR, and so on. They are very technical.
They are very technical.
I suppose
but
there are people
who wants to invest in BESS, they should know. And I'm pretty sure they know, because all these words, let's say, I'll put it this way, they're part of the business plan.
Yeah, they are about their revenues, about their
Exactly.
potential revenues.
3 different sources of getting money from the market for BESS project: arbitrage, intraday, and services to the grid operator. And again, especially in Bulgaria, I'm pretty sure it's the same also in Romania. Not every energy trading company can provide all of them.
Yes. The aggregators are still at the beginning in Romania.
Exactly.
I know about 4 or 5 licenses already for the moment. So I don't know exactly one specific term. 1 day protection. What is this?
1 day protection from day one protection.
What is this?
From day one, that exactly what we were talking about already for the design, or when you sign a contract with the supplier, that you need to have this cargo plus delay startup.
Okay,
that
so
you need
this is
to
a formula highlighting the importance of getting
at the very
insurance
beginning.
From the very beginning.
Yeah, that's why.
Okay. Any other particular concept or idea that you feel like is not well understood and deserve maybe more explanations?
Especially for the insurance of BESS projects, I think we mentioned most of them: the business interruption, cargo plus delay in startup, cyber. It's really important. What else? The distance between the certificates. These are, let's say, a few pillars of the insurance for all the stages: development, construction, operational for the whole project. So I think that's the most important from now.
Okay. One side question. I think I can give the answer myself, but
let's see.
To try. I suppose it's too early to talk about insurance for householdings, PV systems or battery systems at
I think you already have it.
It's the general insurance?
Yeah, it's part of the household insurance.
Okay, there is no need of a particular approach on this, or it's too early for this?
No, it's not too early. You have enough, I think, more than 2 gigawatt peak installations, households, which is perfect. Unfortunately, we don't have it in Bulgaria, but I think the same situation like Romania is in Poland, in Hungary, which is great. Not great for the grid operator because it's nightmare to balance such grid. But in terms of insurance, I think it's the system is really small amount of money and could be definitely part of the household insurance.
We hear a lot about fires starting because of those systems.
And you had, unfortunately, in Romania, a big fire.
Some people which are smart enough are looking for insurance solutions. You think that the market offers such solutions specific for this kind of incidents? I do not know about.
It should be part of it. It should be part of the existing insurance policy.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you need
more premium added.
And of course, for the for the householders, it's fine. They don't need third-party liability most probably. If the houses are pretty close, then they will need. But for big warehouses, logistic centers, definitely they need third-party liability with a quite big limit so far, because we've seen what was happening.
Seen some examples already.
Yes.
We'll close with some forecasts or some perspective way ahead. So we are talking in Romania about many gigawatts of new renewables and batteries also. How do you see, how many of those projects do you see operational in Romania? Does it make a difference for your business?
I really hope that most of them will be operational at the end of the day, but it's everywhere in Europe like this, where everyone is supplying, receives some capacity, but not all of them are implemented in the real life, in real projects. But let's say if 50-60% could be implemented, that would be great, absolutely. And we all need BESS in order to balance the grid. It's a must for each country. After so many years of new PV and wind projects, now is the time the grid to be improved first, and second, more and more BESS projects, which definitely will help to balance the grid.
Thank you, Delyan, for this conversation. I feel like I forgot many topics, but
maybe
however,
there is could be next time.
We also touch a lot of them. So thank you very much for
thank you for the invitation.
For helping Energynomics in writing those articles that we already published and will continue to do in order to keep informing the market about this trend in a spectacular evolution each month already. So congrats for your great achievements with REIB.
Thank you.
We are grateful that we have you in Romania. We need many players experienced in various markets. It is very interesting for me also your mentioning the example of a Swedish company interested to enter here, and
not only Swedish, Baltic as well. So
it's something to keep our eyes on. So thank you very much. We are closing here this episode of Energynomics Talks. Stay tuned.